Okay folks, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm not going to show you any techniques. I'm not going to show you any flashy combinations or anything like that. Today, we're going to talk about maximizing your training. Okay, in a lot of these YouTube videos, we start, as coaches and as practitioners, we start to look for something new, something more. We're always trying to get more and more and more. And that's useful, it keeps things interesting, it keeps things fresh, you learn a different perspective from someone else's viewpoint on how to do things. But it's not necessarily better. Sometimes one of the best things you can do, it might not be the most exciting, but it's just refine the basics. Most of us can only get to the gym maybe 2 to 3 hours a week. Some of us are lucky and we get in there 4 or 5 times. That's still not that much. So I'm gonna give you 5 different ways to maximize the training that you're already doing. Minimum time requirement, minimum financial investment. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button. That way you get all the new tips, techniques, and tactics to become a better striker. Okay, number 1 is to take notes. One of the best things you can do to commit things to memory is to write it down. Now there's different reasons on why that might be. So I'll leave a little link below in the description so you can read an article on it. Some people think it's because the actual physical act of writing things down commits it to your memory. Some people think that because you know you have to write it down, you're gonna actually focus more and pay more attention to what's going on. However it works, it doesn't matter. It's proven to be effective. It's proven to work. When you take notes, you're gonna remember more things. So grab yourself a pen, grab yourself a notebook. After class, write down what you were doing. Write down any critiques that your coach had, any ideas, any thoughts that you might have had. If you're not too sure, you can always ask your coach. They're usually very approachable, and hopefully your coach is approachable and will give you some tips on what to write down. This is what you need to work on. And these are the things you're doing well. Ideally, you should know what you're doing well as well. Also taking some mental notes. So at the end of class, especially my beginners classes, I have them sit down, we kind of do like a butterfly stretch, we breathe in, we breathe out. I'll just do a quick review of what we were doing. We did A and B and C, this is why we did it. This is some of the mistakes I noticed you guys were doing, and this is why, so on and so forth. Taking a mental note at the end of class is gonna help you remember things as well. And the third part for taking notes is getting yourself one of these. You can get these for about 20 bucks. It's just a little tripod, it folds up, you can put it in your bag, little phone attachment that comes off if you need to. Throw your phone in there and record yourself. Look back at it after and be critical. It's nice to see all the great things we did in sparring. We throw it up on Instagram so we can show everyone how great we are. But be critical. Look at the things you're doing wrong, make notes on it, and make an effort to refine those in your future training sessions. Just last week, I put up a video of us doing the little sparring session inside the box. And I noticed I was dropping my left hand like a lot. Like sometimes I do it on purpose to try and get people to throw a cross at me and I counter them, but that wasn't it. I was just getting lazy and I was getting tired and my chin was way up. So I made a note of it. Next training session, I go in, I'm making sure I keep my hands up, my chin down. I actually practice my head movement. And in between, even when I went from attacking to defending and taking turns, I made sure I kept my hands up the whole time at the beginning, in between, and at the end. I made it a focus. It's a super basic thing, but that can be the beginning of the end if you don't do it right. And we're very lucky these days. We have this. This is such an easy thing to do. You can make a recording, you can share it, you can airdrop it to someone. Back when I was first training and fighting, we didn't have iPhones, we didn't have Dropbox, we didn't have Messenger, anything like that. We had to get an actual physical camera, we had to have someone hold it on their shoulder, record it, we had to hook it up to a VCR after. That's right, it was a while ago. And we'd hook it up and watch it, and you had to watch it once or twice, but it made a huge difference. My coach was always like, your chin's up high, your hands are down low. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I actually saw it with my own eyes, like, oh my God, that's horrible. I gotta fix that right away. And it made a big difference. Just watching it once or twice is gonna make a big difference. So as you're watching the video, take a couple notes. This is what I'm doing wrong. This is what I'm gonna work on next time I get to class. Or even if you're just training at home, you can sit down in front of a mirror and practice it over and over again. Or just set up your camera at home and watch yourself shadow box it. This is a huge thing that you can just spend a few minutes doing every day, and it's gonna make a giant difference in your performance in your classes, in your sparring, and if you're a competitor. Another thing you can do is just make a short list of goals and share that with your coach. So a few weeks ago, I had some of my students that just said at the end of class, let me know what one of your goals is. One of my students came up and she was saying to me, I'm having a hard time landing body shots. So I said, okay, every time we do a combination, every time we do something on the pads, we're gonna make sure we include at least one body shot for you. That way I can watch you, I can help you make little adjustments here and there, so on and so forth. Another person was saying they're having a hard time getting on the inside, so same thing. Next time we're doing some training, we're doing combos, whatever we're doing, we're gonna make sure you're using your footwork and your head movement before you start the combination. Another student comes up, he goes, I keep getting hit. I throw my combination, I get hit at the end, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Same thing. You're gonna do your combos, you're gonna do whatever technique you're doing, and when you finish with the right side, you're gonna move to the right. When you finish on your left side, you're gonna move to your left every single time. You're gonna keep your hands up and move your feet when you're done. He made a concerted effort to start doing that every time he did a drill, every time he did the combos on the pads or on the bag, and he's getting better. I can watch him in sparring. He's not getting hit nearly as much at the end of his turn in the combos. So just making a short list of goals. It might be one or two things and practice them, putting a commitment to making an effort to practice them on a daily basis, whether it's at the gym, at your house, in front of the mirror, shadow boxing, however you're gonna do it, just spending a few minutes every day to refine what you need. Because if you only do what the rest of the class is doing, you might not need that. That might not be exactly what you need. Do what you need to do on a daily basis to get better, and you will get better. Precise, laser-like focus on the one or two little things each week or each month is gonna make a huge difference in your training. My last tip is to emulate someone. One of the best things you can do is find someone whose fighting style or techniques are something that you like and try to replicate that. When I was first starting off, I was a big fan of leg kicks. So someone like Thiago Alves, who fights in MMA, he's really good at leg kicks. Kozo Takada, very good leg kicker. I'd watch these guys. You know, some of the best masters, if you look at Bob Dylan, his first album was like 11 cover songs. Hunter S. Thompson, when he sat down to write, it was The Great Gatsby. He rewrote the whole thing from beginning to end to get into the groove of writing something great. Follow in the footsteps of the greats who came before us is one of the best ways to learn how to achieve that greatness. If you're just doing everything from scratch and you're just kind of trying to figure out willy-nilly, it's gonna take you much, much longer to do it. And that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.